K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Day of Love. Whether you have a significant other or you don't, it's always great to spread love around the world. I'm your host, Kimberly Pro, and it is Wednesday, February 14th. Joining me in the studio today is Kevin Shields, and in this first hour, we've got the founders of the Minturn Mile Company. What is that, you might ask? I can't wait to show you and talk all about it in this first hour. Plus, Gretchen takes us on a glamorous and a glitzy trip to a day spa in Edwards, and then we've got Kevin here in the studio to talk about a grand opening of a brand new world-class restaurant happening here in Vail. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Well, welcome to Good Morning Vail, and happy Valentine's Day. It is the day of love, as Kim pointed out. A lot of things we're going to love here in the local weather as we kind of take a look and see what's happening. 23 degrees getting up at 8 a.m. today. A little bit of scattered snowfall throughout the day. High today of 34 degrees. So we're going to see that 50% chance of snowfall coming through. The winds are going to start out of the west-southwest, pick up 10 to 15 miles an hour as it kind of blows this storm on the way through. Now, looking at Vail by the hour, again, scattered snow showers throughout the day. Got some lower temperatures here in the morning. Heat up a little between that 3 and 4 p.m. So that may turn into a little bit of a wintry mix. So it could make those roads a little bit challenging out there. So just be careful if you're out there on those roadways. I-70 corridor, 54 degrees in Denver, 34 in Vail, 36 in Avon, 39 in Eagle, again with those scattered snow showers throughout the day coming in and out. So just be cautious if you're out there driving around. Tonight, a low of 17 degrees, snow percentage 20%. Now, again, talking about those roadways, when those temperatures drop at that low of 17 degrees and it's already snowed or we have that wintry mix, just be careful out there again on those roadways. The winds are going to die down a little bit out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour, with that sun setting at 5:41 p.m. So some neat changes coming this way, especially as we look at this 5-day. Thursday, 39 degrees, 36 degrees on Friday, but we're seeing some snowfall kind of come in through the rest of the week. And again, very exciting leading into the weekend, seeing more snowfall come in. 36, 41, 41 degrees on Monday. So some moderate temperatures as we see some of that snowfall come in before and throughout the weekend. So a lot of neat things happening. Again, those lows, just be careful. Those roads can become slick out there. Now over in Beaver Creek, haven't reported anything as far as snowfall in the last 48 hours. 168 inches is the season total with a 57-inch base depth over there in Beaver Creek with those lifts starting at 8:30 a.m. They've got 25 spinning, 160 trails open, stuck on that 73% terrain open in Beaver Creek and heading over to Vail. Nothing reported again over there in the last 48 hours. 188-inch season total, 57-inch base depth, and again, 31 lifts spinning, 277 trails, and 99% of the terrain just waiting on that 100%. Hopefully, we don't know, this next snowfall round can bring us up to that 100%.
You know, with the warmer temperatures and the cold at night, I don't know that we will get there until the end of the season.
Well, hello, Miss Optimistic.
You know,
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
I should be optimistic today because it is the day of love. We love everything and everyone around us, you know, whether or not you've got a romantic interest. Just good to appreciate.
Hey, it's a day of love.
Appreciate your life.
Yeah, exactly. Get out there, have fun, show some love, be patient, be kind.
Be kind, definitely be kind, you know. Pay it forward. If you're at Starbucks, buy somebody a coffee in front of you. And I think it's just a nice thing to do.
So you're going to be hanging out at Starbucks all day.
Yeah, I'll see everyone for a couple hours there at least. But very exciting stuff in the show today. We've got a conversation about Makoto.
Yeah, Chef Makoto. Yeah. A lot of work has been going on in that restaurant. We'll kind of talk about all the different aspects. When you're talking a restaurant, everybody, all the synergy is spent on the food, but there's service training, there's design that goes in, a lot of things happen, so we'll kind of get into that a little bit.
It's true, and then we've got lots of things. We, of course, are in the kitchen making a delicious treat today, and it's going to be a fun midday Valentine's Day episode of Good Morning Vail.
We're going to be able to make, what are we making today, cake?
We are making a flourless chocolate cake.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a delicious chocolate bomb in your mouth.
If there's anything you want to stay tuned for that, because Kim and I always have a good time.
Plus,
in the kitchen.
the Minturn Mile Company. What is that? We've got the ladies that started it here in studio, so it's going to be an exciting conversation to be had. We love the Minturn Mile, and there's just a lot of things to talk about with it. So
I can't wait.
Jinx, Kevin, jinx. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and get started, so we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Now we are back, and it is the start of our Wednesday morning edition, and on Valentine's Day. And what better thing to celebrate than love and love of the outdoors, especially the backcountry and all of the cool things that we have here in the Vail Valley, specifically the Minturn Mile. Joining me today are the founders of the Minturn Mile Company. I've got Anna and Colleen. How are you, ladies?
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Minturn Mile Company, there's a lot of conversation about the Minturn Mile, and you should probably be experienced if you're going to adventure you're out there. But what exactly is the Minturn Mile Company and also the Minturn Mile?
Yeah, thank you. Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you as well, Anna.
As Colleen said earlier, we'll lead with the heart, so we'll explain what our logo is. But the Minturn Mile is a place for experienced skiers. We want to make sure of that. We're not guides, but it is a place full of lore. It's a place full of that we call, Friday night feeling or spring break feeling, where you can hike up Ptarmigan, ski some powder turns, and then it's a very adventurous trail that you take. The mile is actually much more than 1 mile. It's a few miles.
Yeah.
And you take an exciting little trail through the woods. There's a beaver pond crossing. There's a place you can stop and have a picnic or an après drink, all on your own, little picnic. And then you ski all the way to Minturn. And so we both live there in Minturn, and we wanted to celebrate something. We wanted to explore our creative side.
Yeah.
We both work in healthcare and love where we live and love the outdoors, and wanted to celebrate being outdoors with people we love and care about, and away from screens, so to speak, because we both have children. So that's kind of something that we think about a lot too.
Yeah.
Is being outside together, and I feel like that's very much what this valley is all about. So this is an expression of our love of that place.
That's great. That's great. Now I know it's been a little bit of a secret, but now it's becoming more popular to know about the run. So you mentioned safety, and you are not guides, but talk to me about how can somebody experience it, and what made you decide that you wanted to try it?
Great question.
Yeah.
Well, when I first moved to Vail, we were kind of always powder seeking and looking for what's around the corner. And then I moved to Minturn in 2015, and I learned about the mile and how I could commute home. But to do so, you want to just take all your extra precautions, know where you're going, be very, very in tune with how to get where you're going, because there are stories of friends having to be rescued from the area. And, there's tree runs, there's whoop-dees, and you're also in backcountry snow area. Luckily, it's a nice area that's not too steep, and there's plenty of low-angle, nice trails to go on, but it is backcountry, and it's just something that kind of is a little extra. You get your nice powder day at Vail, and you want to do a little bit more, a little extra, you want a little adventure, people come to the mile for that. And has some legendary access to get to Minturn so that people can end their day for après or even hop on a bus back to Vail and have a good time back in Vail.
It's really so special and so unique to have that from the resorts and then be able to end up in Minturn, which is just a little magical place in itself. Yeah. So tell me about the Minturn Mile Company. We've got some merchandise, which you ladies are wearing some as well, but I love this t-shirt. It's so great.
That's celebrating the beaver pond. It's kind of the famous place where you're going on this whoop-de trail, and then all of a sudden you have to cross some willows that are peeking out of the snow over this little beaver pond, and people tend to stop there, and the sun kind of hits your face right when you get there and have their picnics. And we sat down with my husband and we started sketching some things out, and he came up with this awesome drawing, and we worked with a graphic designer to translate that to a t-shirt. So it's kind of
a beaver. It's so great. Yeah. Who doesn't want a skiing beaver? And then we've got this great sweatshirt as well, and it's so lightweight. It feels very cozy and comfortable. Yeah. You can see the logo.
Yeah, the heart logo is a bit how we feel like Game Creek Bowl looks from here, from Avon, and the two M's within the logo represent Minturn Mile. So perfect for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. So you mentioned leading with the heart, and so tell me a little bit about that and what that means.
I think that we both feel so deeply about our area, about the wilderness around us. We love Minturn. We love all the shops and restaurants. We love living there. But we also so very much appreciate seeing everybody come ski and snowboard down the mile and chit-chatting with them, and everyone's having their best day,
really.
And they're all heading into town, and we chat with people a lot through the weekends as we hear the boards and the skis slapping down the street, and everyone's just having such a unique and fun time. And so I think that in addition to our deep respect for the wilderness that is behind us, we really so easily see how deeply everybody loves their experience.
Yeah, we get to kind of jump in on the stoke and pop outside and say, hey, anybody want a sticker or patch? You finished it, you did it.
Congratulations.
Because for some, it might just be a commute, but for others, it's like this huge relief. Like, I did that. That was the biggest adventure I've had. I came here to
really
do
hard
that.
for some people, you know, so it really is an accomplishment.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, there's a great history behind the Minturn Mile as well. So would either one of you like to kind of share a little bit? I know people have kind of been doing that commute for years as they started like working and all of the different things.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think that it really came about because it's an old logging road. So Game Creek Trail, starting at the end of Taylor Street in Minturn, goes up to actually almost the bottom of Chair 7. But it's an old logging road, but don't be fooled, it's not actually a road or a driving road. It's just there's a path through the woods because of that. So it's kind of cool too for some summer hikers or people that like to uphill. You'll go through and you'll see trees that have like names carved in them, and trees where people are keeping the branches a little bit low or getting rid of the low branches. But it's just got this long ancient access that we get to enjoy. It is still a little tricky to navigate though, so we don't like to, guide people exactly on how to do it because it does take a little bit of skill. But
it also was an early access as they were exploring Vail and exploring access to that area, because you can get up to Eagle's Nest, of course, and there's a hiking trail that can take you from Eagle's Nest and connect with that Game Creek Trail as well. Bike trail in the summer, what we call Cougar Ridge. It's been beautifully maintained and is so much fun in the summer. So we very much look forward to celebrating this same area through all of the summer activities too. So that's to come as well.
It's almost like our own mini Oregon Trail here in Vail.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at it. So talk to me about the purpose of the Minturn Mile Company. So it's to obviously create awareness and to celebrate the outdoors and celebrate, but also to connect communities. So tell me a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah, well we are super lucky to kind of have our front row seat there, but it started with kind of us getting to connect a little bit more as neighbors and friends and moms in the area, do something creative. And then all of a sudden, I think we found ourselves like talking to people a little bit more, and not just about our healthcare worlds that we've been in for the better part of the last 10 and 20 years, so respectively, but it's kind of like a connection maker, and we're starting to meet people that are doing things, creating things. A friend made these earrings I'm wearing. One of our neighbors is an artist, and we're just starting to like pull in all these new things we didn't know about people and like learn about ourselves too. And that to me has been really, really fun. And then to actually have dedicated time to spend with my friend and our children and just to do something creative is just, we're kind of just learning and figuring it out. Excited to like share with people instead of just doing it in our sketchbooks.
I love that.
We've had a lot of fun with early collaborations with businesses in Minturn and others, and very much look forward to what's to come there. We hope that with enough success, we can reach out to some nonprofits. We have a few different nonprofits we're really passionate about, so we have some early conversations with them that we really want to give back. This is something that's creative, and we want that outlet to be an opportunity to support others locally. So I think though we want to celebrate this with all of whom visit the area, we want to keep this feeling really local and authentic and celebrate the many great things that people are doing here. So
that's great. I love that.
We got the chance to kind of help support with our first event with the Vail District. There was a skimo race on Meadow Mountain last week, and got to give some shirts out and just connect, and that's a really cool first step for making this feel a little bit more outside of just us and learning and starting to be part of the community more.
Oh, very exciting stuff. So where can we go to find out more information or to just keep up with what you're doing?
Yeah, thank you. Minturn-mile.com is our website, and then minturn.mile is our IG handle.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, very exciting stuff. I love the merch. I especially the little skiing beaver. Who doesn't have a skiing beaver?
I love the skiing beaver.
I think it's so great. Well, Anna and Colleen, we appreciate you and very excited to see what you do with the Minturn Mile Company and how you just create community and keep things feeling special and local and magical like it is.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, we will be back with more on our Wednesday morning edition and Valentine's Day edition of Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who had worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
We are back, and you know, Kevin and I love to sit here and have some side banter during the commercial breaks.
Some pre-banter before the banter.
It's
on
true,
the air,
some
yes.
pre-banter before the banter. But I'm excited because Kevin is very heavily involved with the grand opening and the brand new restaurant, Makoto.
Yeah, we are very excited over at the Grand Hyatt Vail to add this new addition to the Vail Valley, and it's a restaurant called Makoto Vail. He has 6 restaurants around the world, and we're excited to get this one open. We've been kind of just testing the waters a little bit with the kitchen, with the staff, but I think we're ready. We're going to do our grand opening coming up Friday, and then this weekend, full bore operational. So you can go on and make your reservation on Open Table.
It's beautiful. Yeah, the restaurant just looks great. And I know he's got one in Washington, D.C., which is where
Miami.
I grew up and I spend a lot of time. So it's exciting to bring him here.
It is. And, you know, a lot of people talk, the food is absolutely amazing. It's that traditional Japanese. So when you get that, there's ways of preparing the rice before it's even cooked. And there's something called a rice polisher, which takes a lot of the outer husk off the rice and really allows for a traditional Japanese dish. And then Wagyu beef, there's a lot of different things. There's hot stone cooking, just amazing, amazing dishes that he has put together. And a lot of them are signature just to the Makoto Vail.
Wow, that's so, a rice polisher.
Yes.
Would have never known, but that in itself.
I didn't either. I got to purchase that. And so that's my contribution to Makoto Vail was the rice polisher.
Well, I would say that definitely sets it apart from other restaurants here in town. So very exciting stuff.
But the design, a lot of work went into that with the design company on the wood and the way the tables are laid out. Absolutely beautiful restaurant. And right there too, we've got a terrace area that opens up to Gore Creek. So in the summertime, we can open up all the doors out on the terrace. Be absolutely beautiful.
It's going to be stunning. It's
Yeah.
just got a very sleek design to it. And
does.
so I'm very excited to experience the restaurant myself, not just the food and the cuisine, but
Yeah.
to be part of the ambiance.
It'll be a good time. I can't wait to show it off.
It's true. Well, you had a conversation with Chef Makoto
I
here
did.
in
We
studio.
had Chef Makoto and Mark Stone, who kind of works with Chef on opening some of his restaurants, and we can take a look and see what that interview prevailed.
Well,
Okay.
let's take a look and see.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We've had quite a show this morning, and when we talk about the Vail Valley, we talk about the world-class atmosphere of everything that goes in and around the valley. And one of those things is the quality of the food and the restaurants that are coming to the valley. Now, over at the Grand Hyatt in Vail, we've got a great restaurant that's under construction right now, looking at an opening date of around February 5th, and it's got the name Makoto. And I am proud to be sitting next to Chef Makoto and a gentleman that helped orchestrate all of this, Mr. Mark Stone. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's great. And it's great to have your name
Thank
on
you
a
for having
restaurant.
us. Awesome. Yes. My privilege to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not your first rodeo, I have to say. You've got some other restaurants around. Where
Yes.
are they located?
Well, we happen to have opportunity in South America. So we have a Brazil, Panama, Mexico City, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And this is the very first North America project as Makoto.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you've got a ski resort now.
But you got a big one in
Yeah.
Miami also that a few
Yeah.
people might be familiar with.
I'm going to be down there at the end of February, and I'll have to check it out because
Yeah.
I have heard great things about it.
That's where we started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting started, how did you get started in just the restaurant business overall and cooking?
Well, I had not too many options at the time when I was 15. I graduated junior high school. I decided not to go to high school, either option of either carpenter or sushi chef. And I had a really great person who I know since the time childhood. So I decided to go, work for him.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And there's a certain style that you've infused into the passion of the art of sushi. What is that?
I think it's my master chef was style of edomae. Edomae is typical edomae sushi is using fish from Edo, bay.
Right.
But it's just now we kept that style of edomae style because there's a lot of fish coming from all over the place. But the style of edomae is very simple, straightforward, making sure the fish is the star of the sushi. I mean, obviously, sushi, most important element of sushi is the rice. Having said that, fish is also equally important, and keep it simple and make it, ingredients shine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very important to source the right things because sushi,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's funny because when I was talking about sushi a long time ago, everybody goes, oh, it's a fad. Well, it's one of the most delicious and long-lasting fads I have ever seen, and I love it, and it's not going away anytime soon. So it's a great, great restaurant to add here to the Vail Valley. Now, along with Miami, you're a celebrity chef. You were on the Food Network. You've had some good accolades. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I wouldn't call myself celebrity chef at all.
Well, I'm calling you a
Please
celebrity
do not. No, I'm not that caliber. But I was fortunate enough to work for Chef Morimoto back in 2001, I think. That's the time when we met, with Mark.
Yeah.
And I was happy enough to work for him as a sous chef for the Island Chef program.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we are working on it.
Well, it's some good experience. And
Yeah,
Mark, that partnership between you and Makoto, you have a lot of experience opening restaurants.
Yes. So I had a whole prior career from the time I graduated college, and that career revolved around business in Asia and Japan in particular, and I was always passionate about food, particularly Japanese food. I was fortunate enough to spend several years spending, a few months a year in Japan. And as Chef just mentioned, through an accidental series of events, how things usually happen. Around 20 years ago, I met Morimoto, who was well known from Iron Chef, and we ended up becoming business partners, and I ran the Morimoto Group for a long time. Opened quite a number of restaurants during that period of time, and since then, I've been fortunate enough to work with quite a variety of chefs and hotels around the country and around the world, and always been incredibly fond of Chef Makoto and kind of awed by the quality of his cooking and his imagination and creativity and what he brings to both traditional sushi and more contemporary food. So it's incredibly exciting for me to have a chance to work with him and bringing this restaurant to life.
This is a restaurant that's definitely going to elevate the tier of quality of food and beverage that comes into the Valley, because we talk about the food a lot, but there's a whole different line of beverage when you talk about the Japanese whiskeys, the sakes, the pairings of the cocktails, the craft cocktails that we've got on the menu that's going to take place.
Absolutely. I mean, we take a lot of pride in the beverage program. The food's beautiful, and we want beverage that's going to complement that, regardless of what your interests are. Wines, not everybody thinks of wines as pairing especially well with Japanese food and sushi, but it's fantastic pairing as long as you're doing the right things, everything from champagne to light red wines. And then, as you mentioned, we'll have the largest collection by far, I think, of Japanese whiskey in the state, one of the larger ones in the country, probably around 70 different styles and types and expressions of Japanese whiskey, and a fantastic sake program, as well as cocktails that incorporate a lot of Japanese ingredients.
I know over the last 6 months, a lot of work has been going into that. And 6 months is a long time, but it takes that time. You've got to get the menu from the food aspect down first, and then you start pairing those cocktails to complement everything that's coming out from behind the line.
Yeah, exactly.
So in addition to some of the sushi that you've got on the menu, Chef, you've also got some Wagyu beef items as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple Wagyu options, and also we really focusing domestic Japanese Wagyu beef, and also local Wagyu. We are literally tasting today and tomorrow, so we're very excited about having local cow as well as international from Japan and so forth.
Yeah, it's great to have that story kind of behind all the dishes, because that's what makes it interesting for a guest coming into the restaurant, is to actually get the story behind each one of the items and how the elements are built in each dish so that they can have a takeaway and be enriched with the experience they have in the restaurant. Now, with all the passion you put in to the dishes, what is the goal that you have for guests dining at Makoto Vail?
Well, I think most important goal is to make them happy. You know, our business is that people, you know, we can make people upset like second, or we can make people, you know, happy as second as well. But I think it's most important the entire experience at Makoto to be the happy place. You know, they want to come back twice a week, you know, hopefully, you know, not going to be like once a month places and stuff like that. I mean, you know, more we can create them to come back often is the goal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to do. You know, being part of this project myself, watching the construction of that restaurant go from conception to now we're near completion. It's an absolutely breathtaking restaurant. The woodwork and the restaurant itself is a piece of art. And I think, you know, I'm excited now with the quality of food that you're going to put forth. This is going to be a destination that people are going to flock to. And once we get the reservations opened, I'm sure it'll be a great success.
That is what we're hoping for.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me today on the couch to talk a little bit about the newest addition to the food and beverage scene here in Vail. It, again, going to raise the bar for everybody else to follow. So thanks again. We're excited for Makoto Vail.
Thank you.
We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail and the TV8 Winter Weather Center. Let's take a look outside and see what's happening in that local weather. Getting up today, 23 degrees, a high today, a moderate 34 degrees. A little bit of snowfall anticipated to come in, 50% chance there. Winds are going to pick up out of the west 10 to 15 miles an hour, so just be cautious out there, especially if that snowfall is coming. Now, as those temperatures come up, we can see a little bit of a wintry mix maybe taking place if that snow continues to fall throughout that 3 to 4 o'clock range when those temperatures start to warm up. But up on the mountains, we should be able to see some nice snowfall as those scattered snow showers move through the valley. On the I-70 corridor, 54 degrees in Denver and partly cloudy, 34 snow falling in Vail, 36 in Avon, and 39 in Eagle. So again, some moderate temperatures out there with some more snowfall anticipated to come in. But tonight, those lows are going to be around that 17 degrees range with a 20% chance of snowfall continuing into the evening. But the real story is what's going to happen the next 5 days. We see some more snowfall coming in Thursday and Friday. Again, moderate temperatures, 39, 36 degrees, which means we can see some of that maybe wintry mix down at the lower elevation, so be careful out on those roadways. And then we get into Saturday, Sunday, we see a little more snowfall coming in Sunday, but again, those temperatures warming up into those low 40s. So really looking forward to trying to get some more snow, see if we can register some more snow on those mountains, get some more base built out. Now today, happy Valentine's Day. It's a day of love. Gretchen had her glitz and glam out at Revival Spa. Let's see what kind of treatments she stumbled upon.
Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I'm here in beautiful Edwards, Colorado, Revival Boutique and Med Spa. Welcome back to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm so excited to be at Revival Boutique and Spa. It is so beautiful here in the heart of Edwards, Colorado, with one of my favorite human beings, Jessica Ballantyne. How are you doing, Jess?
Hi, Gretchen. I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it. This is awesome.
I love this because she is such a beautiful human being inside and out, and this space is stunning. It makes me feel so good to be in here. The calming energy, the presence here is just a fun place to be. And I have to be honest, I have been a customer for many a year. So whenever someone says I look good, I have to say it's because of you. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, you're gorgeous, and that's what we want to promote. And thank you for expounding upon the whole the energy and vibe, because that's something that we definitely focus on here, and that was really important to me when opening up something like this. I wanted to really stay away from the clinical vibe, that kind of sterile, feeling or aesthetic, and really wanted it to feel like a comforting space to hang out where women and men can feel safe, and where really it's kind of like a hangout, but you're really just trying to help, make yourself feel better, look better, whatever it is that you can do to, take care of yourself, really.
And I love that about you, because it's such a stunning space, and it is a boutique and medical spa, and so many things that you have here really make you shine from the inside out. And I love that you really focus on that moment. It is about the mind, body, and beauty, like we always say. It is. And the whole concept of revival, coming back to life, becoming this like phoenix again from the ashes, and coming back and feeling your beautiful self. And I know so many people, I won't drop names, that come here, many people that I'm friends with. And what are some of the things that you guys do here at Revival?
Yeah, well, we are, to speak to the whole thing, we are HIPAA compliant, so we never share anyone's information in terms of who comes here. We really try to make sure we keep people's anonymity safe. And although we do really think it's important for us to really feel good and be honest and unapologetic about what we do here, and to make women and men feel good about the fact that when you see someone walking down the street that looks good, or you think that their skin looks great, they probably did something to work on it. Right. Just like when you go to the gym, if somebody has a great physique, they've probably done something to be active with it. So some of the things we offer here are injectables. We do neuromodulators like Botox and Jeuveau. We also offer fillers, which we can work in the lips, the cheeks, chin, anything to kind of help reestablish what's been lost over time with age. We really try to focus on maintaining your natural aesthetic. We don't want to make you look different, but maybe the whole kind of like, wow, you look good, what did you do?
Kind
Not
of
like, what did you do?
Yes,
exactly, refresh. That's perfect. So we also offer radio frequency microneedling to help with collagen and tightening elastin. We offer laser resurfacing. We do photofacial treatments that help with pigment and vascularity. We also offer chemical peels, facials for the more relaxing vibe. We give the best facial in town, if you ask me.
I love it.
We really focus on pampering. We also offer M-Sculpt, which is one of my favorite treatments that helps to build muscle as well as destroying fat. So it actually taps into your fat reserves to help build that metabolic response and build muscle. So, which is something that we lose over time as well, is really important to us here. It's not just about the aesthetic. It's actually about us really feeling good and being stronger, better endurance. Yeah.
Well, and I love that you said that too. It's about the health piece as well. And we were talking off camera a little bit that you can look beautiful and you can eat well, whatever. But if you're not, it's important to do every single piece of it, mind, body, soul, beauty, all of it,
It's a holistic approach. You have to kind of think about all the things, and that's something we really focus on here. We also offer the Emcella chair, which is something that actually helps with urinary incontinence.
Wow.
It helps with something called diastasis, it helps with pelvic floor strengthening. The M-Sculpt helps with diastasis recti, which is something that's helpful for women who have had babies, who their basically abdomen kind of separates.
Wow.
But the Emcella chair helps with urinary incontinence. It helps with erectile dysfunction with men, and also urinary incontinence in men as well. Men who have had appendectomies or had issues with their prostate, with prostate cancer, things like this. So it can help bring back a quality of life, because it really affects us in our daily, activities and how comfortable we feel if we're running down the street or or like jumping on the trampoline with our kids or working out or laughing too hard. And So, again, it's really about focusing on how we feel and how we show up in life and having confidence, and when we look good, we feel good. When we feel good, we also look good, like, as you said, kind of like emanating that radiance from the inside out. Yeah.
I love that. You are such a powerful woman, and you
well, we all are, women and men, and that's one thing that we try to focus on is like the community. We really are all one. We all have this amazing essence within us, so if we can bring that about within each other. And another thing about coming in here that I love is like the healing power of touch. It's so incredible how healing and powerful it is, when you can have like just a little bit of that something or other, just in a day. Like, that's what was so hard during the pandemic, people having to like, separate or stand off. And as soon as we opened back up, it was like people flocked in here. We needed that interaction, and we needed to feel good about ourselves. And some of that comes from obviously like feeling good about ourselves from within, but we want to work on things outwardly too, and that's okay. And again, being unapologetic about it and doing what makes us feel good.
I love that you said that, unapologetically yourself, and feeling it's okay to look good and feel good. And everyone wants to feel that and have that moment. And I also love that you said men coming in here as well, because I feel like, especially maybe in our town, people don't, that's not true. A lot of men want to look good and feel good too. Why is that any different than women? So I know you're an open space for everyone, and I love that as well.
Yep. He, she, they, all of the things. Yeah. Whatever makes you feel good. I feel like as long as you have integrity and good intentions behind what you're doing, you're not harming others. There's nothing wrong with whatever you're pursuing or desiring, whether it's activity, whether it's something in aesthetics, or something that you want to do to maintain. And we all have different ways of being, right? Like
100.
our styles, our vibes, like all of those things. Like, we should all feel really good about the uniqueness of ourselves and empower each other to do that and build it up.
And I think that's what I love so much about you guys, this space, Revival as well, the mind, body, and beauty, because truly you touch base, like you just said, on every single piece of that. And when people leave here, you're really making them feel like the best versions of themselves. So you're changing the world one person at a time. Not to sound cheesy, but it's truth. Just making people shine in a different way.
Totally. It's the little things that we can do. Sometimes, like in the space of our world right now, things seem overwhelming. I try to really kind of stay away from the news, because it does seem. But I think what we can do one day at a time, just the little things, the little efforts that we can do to touch others and to like send love out, into our space and our world. That's what we can do. We can focus on the little things, one step at a time. Yeah.
Jessica, you're amazing. Thank you so much for talking to us today. And keep it right here for more of Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Thanks, Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. As we talk about everything to do on this day of love, sometimes it's great just to take care of yourself so you can be there for others. And that means your mind, body, and soul. Well, Gretchen in her glitz and glam, as we saw previously, was at Revival Spa. Well, she continues to look and see what kind of treatments they have available there to take care of yourself.
I'm here with Chrissy, who is a provider here at Revival. I am so excited to talk to you because I know off camera we've been talking a lot of things, all things beauty and just health, energy, and really what makes people glow from the outside, well, inside out, outside in, both.
Yeah, both. Goes both ways.
And I love, yes, it does. And I love that you really take the time to get to know your patients and you really take those moments to hear, not only listen, but what we were saying, hear what they want and what you're going to do with them. Can you kind of, tell me a little bit?
Thank you so much
Of
for having
course.
me and having us here. Here at Revival, I hear a lot that our approach is different. You know,
Right.
our clients come in, it's a really safe place for them. We don't take that lightly. We're so appreciative to have them come in here and trust us.
Right.
So like one of the things that we do, our consults, we take a full 45 minutes to really sit down with our clients, figure out their lifestyle, look at all aspects from physical activity to relationships to diet to we have them bring in their product lines with them, which is, I feel like, huge. 'Cause
That's
a lot of
such
people,
a difference. Yeah, when you said that, that is kind of shocking but amazing because it makes complete sense, but I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So it's a full approach, you know,
Right.
that we find, and everything is customizable. It's not a one size fits all.
Right.
So we really like to take that time and, you know, find the right approach and the
Well,
right treatment.
And I love that you were saying earlier, kind of, you know, we were talking a little bit off camera again, but you were telling me that each person is so different, and especially in a valley like this where we're so many of us are so outdoorsy.
Absolutely.
That you can't just say, hey, you know, this is what you're, or someone will even come in and say, I want this. And you'll really listen to them and say, you know what, I don't know if this is the best option for you, but here's X, Y, Z.
Or maybe
which-
not at this time in your life.
Right.
You know?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, we want to get people set up. We want to see what, like I said, their physical activity is, what their skin type, what their goals are. And a lot of times it's steps to get there. So we like to take that time and look at the big picture.
I love that as well. And so you were kind of saying that it's an individualized situation here, right?
Absolutely.
And I love that you take the 45 minutes. What do you go over in those 45 minutes? What exactly, what would it look like? What would happen?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is we have somebody come in and we really like to start the consult and have them look and tell us their favorite aspects or what they love when they look at their face and what they see.
Okay.
So then it's kind of building on that and accentuating and adding to that and going from there.
I love the positive. That's amazing. Instead of, because I was thinking, you know, you come in and you're kind of like, oh, I don't like this.
We're not here
I
to
don't...
pick people apart.
Right.
Yeah, or judge.
I love that. Yes. Okay.
So it's building on that and then going from there and seeing what their goals are, what they would like to improve, how they see themselves getting there, what they're using as far as products at home. We're really big on using medical grade products. That's what's going to make the biggest difference in your skin, what you're doing day in and day out. So we go through all of that. We see what they're currently using, how we can help add or supplement to their, we look at their diet and lifestyle, what they're eating, how much water they're drinking, which is huge here.
I think that's, I love, not to interrupt you, but I think that's brilliant because I think so oftentimes people think, oh, one-stop shop, which it is, but you also have to keep on living the lifestyle that kind of allows that to keep on being, allows you to keep on shining and being beautiful.
And we want people to be active. We want, I mean, Jessica and I, we're huge sun lovers. We like to be out there, you know, but it's just protecting yourself and finding a way to do it and then coming in here and we're able to help fix all the damage done with our treatment. So
I feel like I need that. I'm in my 40s and I started getting sunspots. I'm like, what is this? What's happening? So
yeah, because you're living life. You're enjoying life. That's good. We don't want people to stop doing this.
I know. I think about that quite often. I'm like, we live here. You want to be in the mountains, but you
enjoy it.
Want people to live their lives to the fullest, but also be conscious of these are the
and
things
it's
you
also,
need to
we're
do.
really big. It's not an all or nothing approach, right? Like you don't have to be all something. You can pick and choose your little things. I mean, I'm very big on what I eat and making sure what goes into my body is healthy and organic and natural, but I also get Botox. So it's like you can have the best of both worlds.
I love that you said that, because I think so often people kind of do feel, oh, I'm so organic and I'm, living this genuine, healthy lifestyle, however, but it doesn't need to be a however. You can do both.
Yes, so we're big on that here, which I think our clients appreciate.
I love that. So another question I had for you, I'm just curious. I know you do so many different things here. What is your favorite treatment to have done to yourself and or to do to someone else?
Okay. I mean, it totally depends on the space that I'm in. I mean, there can be times where, a lot of our treatments can be a little bit uncomfortable, spicy, maybe a little bit more painful.
I love that word.
Yep. It's all about the way you present it. Which give great results, right? But maybe you're in a more fragile state. Maybe you're going through something in life that's really big and traumatic. And pain we store in the body in the same place, and different things can trigger it. So maybe not a big laser is the right time for you.
Got it. Yep.
So maybe it's more of a holistic approach and a holistic facial where you feel really good. There's no downtime. You're not causing anything painful. Or maybe you're in a place where you're ready for something bigger. So it kind of just depends on where you're at. We look at all of that.
And that's huge. And so that is part of the 45 minutes too.
Absolutely.
So it is. You come in here and you get everything from your, well, there you go, mind, body, soul.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
everything. Your mind, body, and beauty. Because I think you're right. So often, so many of us come in here after we've been through major life things.
Absolutely, because you're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to look good so that you feel good.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so great. That is so awesome. And when did you start here?
I started after Jessica had been open for about a year.
Okay.
She's a dear friend of mine. I look up to her. I'm all about, my belief is that we surround ourselves with females that are powerful and, bring more to the table. And she is absolutely that person for me. I respect her as a human, as a mom, as a mother, and as a business owner. So it was a very easy decision for me to come over and be here with her and work in this space. We go way back. We have some history. So,
you guys are such powerful, beautiful women, and I love that she's tearing up even talking about this. And that's one thing I do want to say. When you come into this space, and yes, obviously I love these women all very deeply, but you do feel a sense of sisterhood, and you feel connected, you don't feel judged, and you feel so calm.
I'm
and I think
so happy that you say that.
100%.
That's huge for us.
Yes, Jessica and I have talked about this for a long time. When I first came in, I was just kind of all over the place, and she calmed me in like 50 seconds, and I'm like, I like it here.
It's a safe place.
It is a safe space.
I mean, Jessica laughs at me because there are mornings I feel overwhelmed. I'm a single mom to a 4-year-old and trying to get him to preschool, and it's like, I just need to get to work, And she's like, that's crazy that you feel that way, but it's a safe place, not just for our clients, but for us as providers and employees here. So I'm glad that you feel that.
100%. Well, I want to say thank you guys so much. This was such a moment, and truly, I want everyone to know that when you come in here, you feel so good from the inside out, and
That's everything.
I'm excited to come back. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well, we'll be excited to have you.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And keep it right here for more of the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It's Wednesday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. I'm Kimberly Perot. In the studio with me today is the excellent and high caliber Kevin Shields. In this second hour, we are in the kitchen making a flour roast chocolate cake. Very easy to make if you're looking for something special to do this evening. Plus, we've got conversations with Skipper and Scout, Eyepieces of Vail, and then the Stockton Group will be here to talk about their latest and greatest properties. So all of that in hour 2, it starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Happy Valentine's Day, and you are going to love what's taking place in the weather outside. Let's take a look. 23 degrees getting up today, a high today of 34 degrees. 50% chance of some snow, wintry mix out there scattered throughout the day. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Winds out of the west, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So a lot of things blowing in the valley. We'll see what kind of sticks around and how much snowfall we end up getting. As we look at Vail by the hour, we see those warmer temperatures again between that 3 and 4. So if we see some of those scattered snow showers come through, probably going to see a little bit more of a wintry mix down below while we continue to see some flurries up above. The I-70 corridor, 54 degrees and partly sunny in Denver, 34 degrees in Vail, 36 in Avon, and 39 over there in Eagle. Now tonight, drops down to 17 degrees, 20% chance of precipitation. So there's a possibility some of that snow, some flurries may continue into the evening. But looking at the 5-day, we're going to see a little bit of scattered snowfall throughout the rest of the 5 days. Again, some afternoon snow on Thursday, Friday, those temperatures mild, 39, 36 degrees throughout the day. And then Sunday and Monday, we're going to see those low 40s. So again, looking forward to seeing some snowfall come into the valley. But again, those warmer temperatures probably going to create just a little bit of a wintry mix down below. And then those temperatures in the evening, again, with some of that snowfall and maybe some of that melting coming off, might create some challenges on the roadway. So just remember to take your time and get where you need to be safe. Looking at the snow report, nothing reported in Beaver Creek over the last 48 hours. They've got a 57-inch base depth. 25 lifts are open, 160 trails, 73% of the terrain is open over there in Beaver Creek, and those lifts start spinning at 8:30. So if you're looking to get some first chair action out there with some of that new snowfall coming in, you need to get up there probably 7:30, 8 o'clock, get in line, get some fresh pow. Nothing reported over in Vail. 188 inches a season total, 57-inch base depth over there in Vail. Those lifts again spinning at 8:30 a.m. They've got 31 turning, 277 trails open, and 99% of the terrain open in Vail.
99%?
99. We've been stuck for a few weeks.
99 problems, but that last percent is not one.
No, no, we'll get there.
We will get there, but you know what? It's okay because Eyepieces of Vail, you can still look good even though you are waiting for that last percentage to drop.
Yeah, you just wear your helmet around and look good. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Obviously, Eyepieces of Vail is known for their eyewear, whether it's glasses, goggles, looking out there to be stylish, or vision is precision if you're looking at a goggle system. But what's even more important is to protect your head. You've only got one brain, and that's what this Anon Wave Cell advertises. You only got one brain, and a lot of technology now being built into helmets to help protect you out there when you're skiing or boarding.
It's true, and when you look at this helmet, it's really great. It's got this really light, you can see inside of it, it's got a little bit of that wave cell, hence the name, Wave Cell.
Yeah.
It's very, it's got the waves, so it's really light, it's airy, but it's very protecting, and it kind of absorbs the shock across the entire helmet versus just impacting on one side.
Yeah, and that's a key point too, Kim. It's
really
not
is.
just a direct impact, it's that rotational force that gets. So it also protects your neck a little bit too. So similar to a MIPS helmet where you get that multi-impact, that Wave Cell does that where all those waves act independently to absorb all of that shock to create a great, safe piece of headwear if you're out there skiing. And it looks good as well.
It looks great, and you've got these vents, so you know if your head's hot, you can open it up, but you can also see the Wave Cell technology on the inside of it right there.
If you're a hothead, you just open up that.
Well, hopefully you're not
vent.
a hothead on this wonderful Valentine's Day, but they also have, you can adjust it so it fits you a little bit tighter along your skull here.
Yeah,
with
the
this
BOA system is amazing.
It's really been a game changer.
It has.
In
In
all
shoes
equipment.
and everything, it's really, BOA is a great system to have. And
Yep.
again, you
Just
can
tightens
adjust
it
that
up.
with your gloves on. You don't have to keep taking your gloves on and off to adjust your helmet.
You can just see it just like that. But yeah, it's a great helmet, nice and light,
Yeah.
much lighter than I think the helmets I've been using in the past. So might have to go get a new one. Eyepieces of Vail, they've got so much more than just eyewear. They've got helmets, they've got prescription, everything that you need in 8 locations. So there's really no excuse. So pop over to Eyepieces of Vail.
Great Valentine's Day present.
Great Valentine's Day present. So lots coming up. But speaking of Valentine's Day, we're about to hop into the kitchen to make a delicious ooey gooey flourless chocolate cake. Can't wait to show you. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals,
Experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
It's Valentine's Day, and you know what Valentine's Day means?
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Exactly right. You know, you can always have chocolate on Valentine's Day, especially
Ooh.
the good kind.
Where's the flour?
You know what? We don't have any flour.
We don't.
We don't, because this is a gluten-free, if you want to be official, or also known as a very decadent flourless chocolate cake.
Okay.
Very easy. So first of all, I love the double boiler for one reason. I'm freezing right now, so just warm my hands over the heat from this. But we've got lots happening here in the kitchen, and we are melting chocolate. We're adding cacao powder to it. We're adding sugar, eggs, and butter. So this is a 6-ingredient recipe, unless you want to add kosher salt, and then it makes it a 7-ingredient recipe. Very easy.
Okay.
Don't have to be super fancy. You know, you can impress your guest or your hot date for the evening.
What makes a difference whether you want to add salt or not? Is it just personal preference?
It's personal preference.
Okay.
You know, I love the combination of a salty sweet, so especially when it comes to chocolate. So this is a fun one. We can add it in if we want to, or we don't have to. But what about you? What's your preference?
I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I like maybe sprinkle on the top.
Yeah.
That way you get a little bit of the savory up there.
It's
on
true.
top.
And you know what's great about this recipe is we can really top it with anything that we want to. So if you wanted to do some flaky sea salt or kosher salt later, you can. But let's go ahead and get started.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. So we've got chocolate chips. Well, first of all, we need them to be melted. But the best way to melt chocolate chips is with some butter. And we actually have a double boiler action happening here.
Okay.
So have you worked with a double boiler before?
I have.
Okay.
Yes,
so
I have.
Tell us the secret. How do you do it?
The secret to, or the purpose behind a double boiler is you don't want to add direct heat to something because you'll scorch it or burn it.
Mhm.
So a double boiler adds, that secondary heat to something to get it melted or where it needs to be, kind of like you could do it with the chocolate chips, or like if you're doing a hollandaise sauce. You don't want to scorch it, you don't want to overdo it, so this gives a nice, gentle...
It puts a
decadent-
separation between the
Yeah.
direct source.
Yeah.
And so what we've got here is a small pot, and we've actually started with the rolling boil. So that doesn't have to be, overly, very at the height of a boiling
Right.
temperature, but we've got light bubbles happening. So we're going to put our glass bowl directly onto the pot here.
Okay.
And that is how we start a double boiler. So this recipe calls for about a cup of chocolate chips and 6 tablespoons of butter.
There's about a cup.
We've got about a cup of chocolate chips.
chips.
And now we need to add about 6 tablespoons of butter as well.
Okay.
And that's how it's all going to melt together. So we're just pouring
Perfect.
this in here, just adding it in. Now we've got 2 mini sticks of butter.
And this says 4, so it's 4.
4 per mini stick.
Per
so
mini
we're going to cut
stick.
1 in half, which is good because we need to save the other 2 tablespoons.
Put it right in there with it?
Just dump it right in here. We're just
I'll get
letting
2
it.
more.
We're letting it slowly melt. So we're just going to sit here, hang out, have a conversation as it continues to melt in our.
And while Kevin cuts 2 more.
Well, Kevin cuts
tablespoons.
2 more of these, but it's really great. And so to prep this recipe, so the total ingredients are cacao powder, sugar, butter. We've got vanilla extract, eggs, 4 eggs. We need about 4 eggs there.
Okay, I've got
right.
4.
We've got
Okay.
4. We've got
6 actually.
Two
Look
in
at
case
that.
we break one and can't use it.
So eggs in this bowl?
Eggs in this bowl, yeah.
Okay.
So we're putting all the other ingredients in this bowl as our chocolate and our butter continues to melt. And then with that extra 2 tablespoons of butter, we actually have these cute little ramekins. They hold up to 2 or 4 ounces, and each ramekin we're going to cover about 4 ounces worth of the batter, so that it just is a nice, decadent, individual. I think serving things in individual servings always makes it a little bit more fun,
Oh, yeah.
especially
Fancy.
especially if it's for your date or you're hosting a dinner party. And this is just also a great recipe to use for that as well. So our chocolate's looking great. It's melting. We're just going to keep stirring it, and you just kind of keep stirring and stirring until everything melts. And then once it's melted, we'll remove it from the heat. We'll get these things rocking and rolling. We'll stir it up, and it's that simple.
So should I just beat these eggs in?
So go ahead and beat those eggs. I'm going to pass you that back because
Okay.
we're going to need that as well. So we've got those eggs beating. And this recipe can be made vegan if you wanted to. Instead of using butter, you could use anything that calls for a butter substitute as well.
Got it.
And so
Ooh, look at those things.
it's gluten-free, it's flourless, it's delicious. Back in the day, I think flourless chocolate cake used to be a very decadent recipe. Now it's a gluten-free substitute. But as we are more aware of our health these days. But looking good, Kevin. So then we've got regular sugar. We need about 3/4 of a cup of regular sugar there.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and get started with that. That's a brand new bag of sugar.
Oh.
So it really doesn't matter. You can use regular sugar. You can use coconut sugar. Whatever you feel, whatever your preference is, really.
Ooh, coconut sugar would be good.
Yeah, it would be delicious. I like coconut sugar. I use it a lot, actually, when I'm at home. So this chocolate is looking great. I'm going to lower some of this heat a little bit and just make sure that we are stirring it up. It looks good. The butter is the one that doesn't want to melt as much here, but you can also pop this in the microwave if you wanted to. So you can just microwave it off and on in 30-second increments.
Or set it out just a little bit longer than what we did so
Sure.
it softens up.
Absolutely. Yep, and looking good though, because the butter and the chocolate together gives it a nice liquid, melty consistency.
All right, so sugar goes in.
Sugar goes in here. So the only ingredients that we have in this bowl is the butter and the chocolate, and then we're adding in 3/4 of a cup of sugar into this mixture here.
Okay.
Our flourless mixture.
Yes.
And then on top of that, we're adding cacao and vanilla as well. So vanilla extract. About 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I always like to add a little extra, so if you're not exact.
Just like it a little vanilla-y?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit, despite what you think, you cannot tell that there's more vanilla in a chocolate recipe.
That's right.
So we're looking good. Everything's looking great. Chocolate's melting really, really well. Really happy with the way that it's looking. And this is, it just makes it not burn because, it takes a minute to melt all the chocolate.
It does.
About 2 tablespoons looks great there. And
I
then
give
we're
you a little
adding,
extra just to make
then
you
we're-
happy.
Yep, just a
Happy
little.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. And then we'll do about 1/4 of a cup of cacao powder.
Okay.
And you mix all of that in. So once all of that is mixed, then we're going to dump it all into this bowl once we've got everything melted. And then we'll add everything into our ramekins and pop it in the oven for about 25 to 27 minutes. Our oven is heated at 375, so it's a good temperature. We make sure it's nice and hot. You want to make sure that when you are putting this mixture into the oven, it's already hot, so you're not kind of cooking it at a weird temperature, So almost done here. Looking great, as you can see.
Cacao in here.
Cacao in there, yeah,
Okay.
just like that. I can smell the chocolate. Can you smell it?
I know. It just smells amazing. Look at that.
It really does. And you know what's great about cacao powder is that it actually is not sweet at all. So it's just the exact.
I wonder why.
I wonder why, because there's no added sugar into it. And cacao is not naturally sweet. It's just a delicious, we're making a mess in here, Kevin.
I know, look at that.
It's not as bad as when I made the powdered sugar ingredient into the chocolate football
Yeah, that was not.
for the big game. That was pretty
Did it
funny.
just poof up on you?
It did. We should probably be wearing aprons. But, I'd say we're experts at this point. Okay, our butter is looking really, really good. We're just making sure everything is nice and smooth.
Wow, that looks great.
It does. Now, you could use an electric mixer if you wanted to in this to really make sure everything
But why?
works. But what's the point?
What's the point?
What's the point? All right, so this one you want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. It looks really smooth now. We're going to turn off the oven, or the stove, rather. Butter is melted, chocolate is melted, and we're going to remove it from the heat. So I'm just going to take this hot water out of the way.
Okay.
And put it into our sink here.
Hot water burn baby. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Rain Man.
There we go.
See?
Looks good. So as you're mixing that in, Kevin.
Trivia too while we make our
little movie trivia. We're going to go ahead and dump this mixture into here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like that. Looking good. And as you do that, I'm going to continue to stir it. And it will be kind of thick at first, but you just want to stir it up and make sure that everything is looking good. And while I stirred this, Kevin, I'm going to ask you to butter our ramekin.
Really? You never ask me anything. You just tell
Kevin,
me.
would you mind buttering our ramekins?
That's what I do.
So while he's doing that, I'm just going to continue to stir this, and I'm actually going to switch it over to our whisk because I think it'll break up some of the smaller pieces. And then from here, we're going to pour these into our ramekins. You can do a little bit of a bigger ramekin, and it'll give you about 2 servings, but I think...
Do you have to adjust, do you think probably your cooking time if it's a little bigger, or do you think it'll be about the same?
I think it would be about the same. You really kind of monitor it. You know, you want to start with a basis of about 25 minutes and then stick a knife in the middle of it, and if it comes out clean, then it's done.
Okay.
Because your outside edges will be crispy, the inside will be nice and gooey, and it's just going to be delicious. So we're going to continue stirring here, and then we're going to pour them into our ramekins, pop them in the oven, and then later we'll show you how delicious these are going to be.
Smells great.
Oh my gosh, yes. You can see the consistency is kind of like a brownie batter now, which is exactly what we want. So we'll be back with more on our show right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one-of-a-kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Good morning, Vail.
We are mixed, we are buttered. We
got our batter.
We've got a batter, and we're about to pour it. This is going to be the fun part. Do you want to hold the bowl, or should I?
No, I want to watch you do the whole thing while I stand here with a rag, ready to mop up the mess.
As you can see, the consistency is great. It's a little bit more liquidy because we've been stirring it. The melted butter and chocolate has just really made it a great consistency to pour into our ramekins. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And while we do that, Kevin, I'm going to give this to you, and we're just going to
give me that.
Okay. Kevin's going to show me how it's done.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just getting all the
mess out of the way. So we're just going to pour a little bit in here, and you want to pour it into about the 4 ounces. As you can see, these ramekins have little hash marks. So
look at
pouring it in looks great. But in the meantime,
like a pro.
While we're pouring this in, It's it might be the day of love, but you might love your kids too, especially if you are a mom and you like to shop and match with them. We've got a wonderful store in Vail called Skipper and Scout. And Gretchen,
A lot of cute things.
a lot of really cute things, hair bows, socks, sweaters. Gretchen got out there and had a conversation, so let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I am so excited. I'm here with the amazing Carrie Roach at Skipper and Scout. Everyone loves it here. It is such a beautiful space. It has such good energy, and I love the clothing. I walked in, Carrie, and I'm like, I want this in my size, this in my size, and you know what? They do have adult sizes. How are you doing, Carrie?
I'm great. Thanks for coming today. We're excited to have you.
I am so excited to be here, and we're twins, and I feel good. I love this. I love this moment for us.
We're ready for the ski season.
Which is opening day is right around the corner. Super stoked about that. So, Carrie, I know that you've been here in Vail Village for about 10 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, next year will be our 10-year anniversary. Opened in 2014, and can't believe it's going to be 10 years almost.
Well, I can, because a little secret, Carrie didn't realize, because I used to have blonde hair. We won't talk about that moment. I used to come in and, I don't have children. I used to come into your store when it was across the ice rink and sit on Santa's lap for pictures. And I had so much fun with my dog, and you were so sweet. You're like, you know what? That's your fur baby, Gypsy. And you were so sweet. So it's so neat to see your store evolving, and it's such a neat space for people. Even if you don't have children, I don't think people realize there's something for everyone here.
Yeah. I think we try to, coming from my background of, walking into a store, whether you have a birthday in mind, a baby, a shower, a niece's birthday, or just something fun for a friend. We always want to be like, I need that.
Yeah.
I give that to a friend. And so something for everything.
Well, and I love that as well, because I love the mommy and me moment, even though, not yet. But I have so many little girls, little boys that my friends have, they're like my nieces and nephews, and I dress up with them all the time. Actually, I'm going over to Thanksgiving with one of my girlfriend's little girls, and I think I might have to buy something here. So it's really, again, just to say there's something for everyone here. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think, we started pretty much from the beginning of starting having a range. Most kids' stores will top at a certain age, and we've always tried to carry baby all the way through to teens. And teens is a tough age for boys or girls to have something cool before they, want to have, they have their own style. Even at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And so is it their favorite sequins jacket, an embellished jean jacket, to something that makes them feel good. What we found with kids, and we do a ton of modeling, a lot of focus on self-esteem, is that if a child loves what they're wearing, then that exudes who they are in their personality. And then that's an amazing experience, and that's who they walk into the school or, performance and feeling awesome.
I love that you said that, because you do such a great job on your socials, because again, I checked that out. I love it. And all the kids feel so good. It's poetry in motion, really, what you put on. I mean, you guys were so lovely to have me wear this today, and I feel so good. And you're right. It's self-expression is so very important, even at a young age, to be able to pick something out. And I see that more and more now than when I was little growing up. People want you to express yourself and show your true colors, and this is such a beautiful space to do it.
Well, I think, we have so much competition in the world for social media, and so we always want to have and portray that kind of organic social media perspective. And so many kids are just jumping at the chance to kind of come in and model with their friends or have that special moment. And so it's nice, with or without, the parents around.
You don't even know this, but 3 of my friends' children have been on your socials. One woman I'm dear friends with, Mariana, her little girls, and it's neat, because every little boy, every little girl that I see on there, you're right, they just exude self-confidence. And how cool is that, to feel beautiful and really starting, yes, it's the outside, but outside in, that you feel so good and empowered. And I want to touch base. You guys are a store, yes, but it's really a vibe, a moment. You have events, you do cool things. Can you kind of touch base on that?
Yeah, well, I think our team, we're bilingual. We are, just used to kind of dealing with an amazing level of customer service.
Right.
Whether you buy something or not, we want you to have a good experience here.
Yeah.
Walk out and say, oh, I'm coming back there.
Yeah, this is my spot.
So I think we kind of, with the modeling perspective of connecting with kids that way, we just started to look at the Valley and saying, like, what else could we be doing for kids? What free events could we be having? You know, there's Elsa moments. We had off-Broadway young girls singing for us, making that magic moment for
love
kids.
that, yeah.
Then we, face painting, hair tinseling.
I love the hair tinsel, by the way. That's something I want to do still.
Art for a while got a little, crazy. But we have an awesome space out here. But, so many of the holidays tend to be so candy or, focused on other things. We wanted to kind of always make it experiential for them to come in and, do a book signing, to doing, a reason to come to Vail and not be at something that you had to pay to play. Paying to ski, paying to, go to a lot of events. They're all free.
Well, and I love that too so much that you said, and it is a big deal, and it shows your energy and your love for the community. You want people to come in, and of course you're running a business, but you said, even if you don't see anything this time around, you want them to feel that safe space to come back and be like, hey, you know what? I don't need to go in and spend X amount of dollars. I'm here to experience it.
Yeah. No, I think it's been a wonderful 9 years of just having that. And, it takes a lot of work to kind of communicate that message in social media. And that's why we were kind of saying, gosh, we need to make sure that the Valley knows what we're trying to do in Vail Village and down the Valley with kids. So.
Well, you have awesome energy. You're such a sweetie, and I love it in here. I'm like, I just want to come in and hang out. Can you tell us some of the vibe, the new trends, the fashion, the mommy and me? I'm super into that. Can you kind of I just looking at all these beautiful clothes, what kind of is happening right now, what the hot thing is?
I know. Well, it's funny because every year we're like, how else do we say ski or après,
Love it.
or Vail, I think it's funny because we have so many new people coming year to year that, are looking for something kind of retro and vintage. I think the customization is huge. Mm-hmm. So we do a ton of customization. And I'd say probably the embellished jean jackets. Now we realize that we have to have kind of a tutu and a sparkly jacket year round.
I'm laughing because literally this is my New Year's Eve outfit we're explaining right now. So it's from the little kids up, they're going to be looking good.
No, the moms are always like, where's my size? So Lola and the Boys is a really fun brand that, out of Chicago. And she's really, realized for boys and girls, and then for moms too, that they kind of want to match and be sassy too.
I love that you said this because on your Instagram, that is the store that I'm always like, that is such a cute jacket or whatever, and I go look and it's the young girls, and so to know that now the moms and this again, I feel so good, and I have to say jeans, leather pants, you dress it up, and I've noticed that about a lot of clothing in here. Dress it up, dress it down. It's just fun.
So our tagline for Skipper and Scout has always been outfitting kids from the sea to the mountains. So whether you're here, you're going to a vacation, by the beach, we're trying to help you accommodate and, be outfitted for whatever occasion. And I think price points, we try to have a little bit of a range for everybody. And I think someone will come in and if they're like, well, we're not here for an outfit. Well, they'll find a hat, they'll find a purse, they'll find a great little, accessory. We're not a toy store, but we definitely try to have a lot of great travel stuff.
My eyes went straight down. I'm like, I know a little girl in mind right now that I'm going to get one of the stuffies for Christmas. It's so neat, just even as an adult. And again, I think this is kind of worth pointing out, even if you don't have children, still to come in, nieces, nephews, cousins, yourself. You're never going to see me without this sweater this season. I'm just saying that on Good Morning Vail will be a lot and on the other shows. But I love what you're doing so much. And 10 years almost. That is, congratulations. That's a big deal.
No, we've had a wonderful team that represents us every day. I'm not one to be in the camera and in front of everything, but I'm just super proud of our team that has literally made that experience, communicated every day. 365 days a year, to the locals, and to all of our guests that come to Vail. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I am so stoked on this store. I have been forever, and I love it so much. I know that so many people are going to want to know where to go, how to find you guys. Can you kind of give us the best places, website, socials? What do you feel?
Yeah, no, I think we love to be on Instagram because that's, can be so kind of creative. We're always like, what reel can we do? Fast, slow. How do we communicate our vibe? Yeah. So we're on Instagram, Skipper Scout Vail. We do have an online website. I think that's the thing is people will leave here and say, this is my favorite store in the country. And I'm like, well, when you go back to Connecticut, I'm like, don't forget to shop us, on your birthday.
Can you tell us that story real quick? Because that's amazing. I'm going to brag a little bit here about Skipper and Scout.
So yeah, I was seeing some friends in Nantucket and walking around shopping for a change, somewhere else. And these two young girls were walking in front of me, trailing probably their two moms. Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, where's our store? Like, where's our store to go shopping? Like, we've been all these stores with our moms. And this girl, I swear, says, she goes, oh my gosh, my favorite store is in Vail, Colorado. Mm-hmm. She's like, Skipper and Scout. She's like, it's the best store. I always find and, love going there. And and it was just funny. I was like, did someone just plug that?
How good does that make you feel as the store owner? I mean, that is pretty beautiful. That's brilliant.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we're just so happy when, someone will say, gosh, you made my daughter's birthday, or we'll see the pictures of the kids in the clothes. Yeah. Having that special first birthday, or family pictures. That's always really fun and big, or Christmas or Hanukkah, or your holiday family gatherings and pictures and stuff like that.
Well, and I love that you said that, because it is so much more than just, yes, it's a beautiful clothing store, but I love that you said that it's a vibe, it's memories, and that's so beautiful.
Well, I can be a part of those memories.
Yeah.
That's really what we're trying to kind of create. So it's trying to curate 350 brands here. we do it somehow. We may be short on a few socks, but you can't be everything to everybody, but we try to be.
Well, I think you do a great job. Skipper and Scout in Vail Village, thank you so much, and we will be talking to you again very, very soon.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. And keep it right here. We have more of the show to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Happy Day of Love. It is Wednesday, Valentine's Day. Kimberly here to tell you all about today's weather, especially if you are getting out on the slopes as a fun day to spend with your loved ones. Let's take a look at today. 23 degrees this morning, 34 for the high, and then we've got a 50% chance of some snow showers. So fingers crossed that actually happens, because we love snow here and it's the day of love. So we've got scattered snow showers throughout the day. Winds coming from the west, 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we are looking into that hourly, you can see that noon, we've got about 29 degrees at noon. Cloudy all day today, mostly cloudy with a little bit of sun peeking out at 4 o'clock. 31 for the high, 25 for the low, and those clouds will be kind of throughout the whole day today. So we may not get those bluebird days, but you'll see some peaks here and there. Denver, 54 degrees, a little bit of cloud coverage. And then as you make your way west through the I-70 corridor, we've got 50% chance of those scattered snow showers. And Vail, 34 for the high, Avon, it's a little bit warmer in Avon, 40% chance. As you continue to make your way west, it gets warmer and lesser chance of snow. Eagle, 39 for the high and 30% chance of those scattered snow showers. As we can see here, low of 17. So the cold temps are still here. We are not in spring skiing officially. Thank goodness, because it's mid-February. 20% chance of snow in the evening, and then partially cloudy with a sunset at 5:41 p.m. The winds coming from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at that 5-day forecast, Thursday, afternoon snow, I'll take it. I'm happy about that. 50% chance of that snow shower, 39 for the high, 22 for the low. Friday, more snow showers and 50% chance of precipitation. Wear your shirt inside out, do your snow dance. Let's make sure that that snow keeps on coming. 36 for the high, 16 for the low. Saturday, clouds coverage throughout the day, no precipitation, 36 for the high, 14 for the low. And then President's Day on that weekend, we've got afternoon precipitation on Sunday, 41 for the high, 22 for the low. And then Monday, clouds, 41, 19 for the low as well. So it's definitely going to be an interesting weather swing throughout the next 5 days. Cross your fingers, do your snow dance, have some fun, enjoy some love, and let's take a look at what we've got coming on for the rest of the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. If you're like me, you probably just received your new real estate taxes in the mail. And I know last year they assessed some real estate and some values went up significantly. Well, there's nobody that knows more about real estate and their values than the Stockton Group. And so I've got Patrick and Ty here to talk a little bit about the market, what's happening there, because it's exciting. There's still a lot of sales happening. But what's going on right now in the market? Are we kind of past the pandemic? Are we normalizing? Kind of where are we at?
Yeah. Pat, you want to kick in first?
Sure. I think what I have seen this year, or just this past year, I guess 2023, relative to kind of the height of the pandemic time, is we're normalizing is kind of the term that we're using for it. So properties are taking a little bit longer to sell, where it was maybe 3 to 6 weeks. 2021, beginning of 2022, we're back to kind of 3 to 6 months, which is a big shift, but is also very normal for us. So I think the main message from me this year is that pricing has really held constant. We're taking a little bit longer to sell, but sellers are patient. You know, inventory remains low, pricing remains strong.
Yeah. And Ty, in all your ads, you always say when you're in Vail, you're on vacation. And nobody loves living in a place more than where you feel like you're in vacation all the time. Now, we were talking before the interview about, you know, there is inventory out there, but sometimes you've got to go convince people to sell, and it takes a number. You got to have the right buyer that's willing to make that investment. Where's most of this luxury real estate sales right now happening?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we could sit here for an hour and talk about really a deep dive in the market. To Patrick's point, you know, inventory is still low. You know, it's higher than it was a year ago, but it's still at near historic lows. So that is causing prices to hold firm and in some areas rise. But sort of the name of the game last year actually was Beaver Creek and Bachelor Gulch. You know, we saw a nice run up in prices there, which I think we would both agree had been held down over the last, say, 10 years when Vail was making these big run-ups after, you know, the financial crisis, where the banking crisis. And so it was nice to see Beaver Creek and Bachelor Gulch sort of have its time last year. And there were some really significant homes that sold there. And then you flip back to Vail, and the name of the game there has been really the condominium market. You know, anything in Vail Village and Lions Head, if it's a desirable product, it sells quickly and it sells, you know, at a premium price. I mean, we broke through a $5,000 square foot ceiling this last year.
Wow.
Which is significant when you think about where we've gone the last 15 or 20 years. I can remember when we were through $1,000 a square foot, and everybody said, "Oh my gosh, you know, this can't go higher." But you've heard me also use the term or the phrase, "Don't bet against Vail," because we have a real scarcity problem here.
Yeah.
And it'll always be that way, whether it's Bachelor Gulch, Beaver Creek, Vail Village, Lions Head. There are more people that desire to be here than product or inventory that we have. And it's sort of like beachfront.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be on the ocean or beachfront and you want to be in Vail Village or Beaver Creek Village or Bachelor Gulch, there's only so much of it. And so we think that trend will continue.
Now, we know those village locations are in high demand just because of the proximity to the lifts and everything going on. How about some of these surrounding neighborhoods? What are you seeing there?
Yeah.
I think if I look at the market as a whole, 50% of the transactions across the valley in a $3 billion market happen in the $1 to $3 million price range. So the majority of the activity is really in that $1 to $3 million range. The neighborhoods that really highlight that type of price point to me, East Vail, West Vail, Booth Creek, even Cascade Village in Vail, while that is rising a bit. And then you have Eagle Vale, Avon, Edwards, you know, Singletree, more of the, in those neighborhoods we're seeing buyers that are local. We have domestic, out-of-state buyers, primarily Texas and Florida. And then we've got a little bit of the international, where the international tends to fall into that kind of 3 million plus. But 1 to 3 is really kind of the sweet spot for the valley. And East Vail to Edwards, that's where all that takes place.
I think Patrick mentioned Avon, and it's worth noting, with the riverfront here at Weston, the front gate project has been highly successful. And we just launched 2 days ago the Kestrel Townhomes, which is in Eagle Vail, right on Eagle River. And our phone has been very busy. These are $3.5 to $4.5 million townhomes, 3 and 4 bedrooms. And we're fulfilling or fitting a niche that's hasn't been addressed in the market. Low HOA fees, oversized garages, elevators, things of that nature. And so Avon is kind of firecracker hot right now.
Wow.
It's great, the things that they've done here over the last few years to draw community in. And so that is one of those off mountain areas that is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, with the limitations on being able to have new construction or any construction at this point, the single family homes have just skyrocketed, and then you get to the duplexes and then the townhomes. Where are you seeing the most appreciation coming in?
It still seems to be in because values were undervalued in Beaver Creek and Bachelor Gulch. We've seen a nice lift there, and we continue to see prices just rise in Vail Village and Lions Head. I don't know where that's going to go at this point, but we understand the reasons why. Again, more buyers than sellers, and we talked again off air about what's kind of happening out there, and we're doing more off-market deals now than ever before. So, what does that mean exactly? A buyer says, "Hey, I want a house with 5 bedrooms, close to town, more traditional home," which we're seeing a resurgence into, and we tell them, well, we don't have anything. So we go through, having done this for a long time, we'll get on the phone and start calling some of our homeowners and say, would you be a seller? And some of those deals are coming together in a more sort of under the radar screen or quiet manner than a traditional list it, bring a buyer together and sell it, and report that transaction.
Right. That was actually my next question. It was like, what do you tell a buyer that there's just don't see the inventory they're looking for? And it's like, don't give up. Let you guys do the work. Get out there and find that property for them, because it's not like there's a lot of things listed right now. You've got to work your magic.
That's right.
For sure. And I would say now more than ever, having a trusted professional to help you is paramount, because in a market where today we have around 300 properties across the valley for sale, all price points, and where we've had, from 1,500 to 2,000 transactions happening in a total year. So that is a scarcity problem, to Ty's point. So if you're looking for something very specific, the best way to find that is to have somebody that's out there really looking for you and can maybe call a seller that we've worked with before and say, would you be willing to sell your property? Sure, if.
Right.
I call it the make me move number. Some people say, I'm not that motivated, but if I get the right price, and that is driving prices up, and buyers understanding that there's so few options, maybe initially struggle with that price, but they see it more as an opportunity versus a comparative market analysis, if you will, like the last home sold here. And no two homes are the same in Vail and Beaver Creek. These are all custom homes. And how do we track that for buyers? Well, one of the great things about being with Compass Real Estate is they have arguably the best real estate technology platform out there.
Right.
And so we're able to create collections for people, and we set up with a lot of parameters what they're looking for. And if something does come on the market, we get notified right away, so do they. And we can communicate with them in our platform in a way that they feel connected to what's going on. And then, of course, all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we talked about, where if it's not on the market, we're giving them constant updates about, we've talked to these people, they're not a seller, or they may be, or it creates this domino effect where I'm a seller, if you can find me another home.
Right.
And that's the other challenge we have, because then we go back into that limited inventory piece. So, we talked about not really getting into a lot of raw data here, because a lot of times these neighborhoods the information can be statistically insignificant, I like to say. One sale can tell the wrong story. And Patrick and I, we meet in the office every day, and we talk about what we're hearing, what we're seeing, and what really is going on out there. And the low inventory piece is keeping annual sales down from the historic highs during the pandemic. We went to, I believe, 4.2 billion in sales across the market, and that number dropped this last year, but it has nothing to do with buyer fatigue. It has everything to do with lack of inventory, and in some cases, some sellers being overly aspirational about where their price is, and will say, it's not really a turnkey home, and it really doesn't warrant that number, and so that is driving up some of those days on market numbers that Patrick talked about a little earlier.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in, giving us this expert advice. And if you're out there in the market to buy a home or sell a home, don't forget the professionals, Compass Real Estate, the Stockton Group. You've got Patrick, you've got Ty here that will help guide you, lead you on this journey. And if there's something that you don't see on the market, don't give up. These experts will definitely find that home that fits your needs. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Spooky and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. This is the excitement on this wonderful Valentine's Day. We've got some snow showers moving in. Looking at Thursday and Friday, 39 and 36 degrees with those snow showers coming in. If you look outside right now, you'll see some snow falling as we speak. And as we get through the rest of the week, Sunday it looks like some more snowfall coming our way. Moderate temperatures, 41 degrees, and not too bad lows. Just enjoy out there. We got some snow falling. What a great day. Valentine's Day with a little bit of snow.
A little bit of, honestly, that's my dream Valentine's Day.
I've been dreaming
Snow.
of a white Valentine's Day.
Forget the
with
white
the
Christmas.
snowfall coming in, trying to get to 100% terrain open over there in Vail.
It's true. We are working on it. Hopefully it's going to happen.
But the aroma in this kitchen right now is mesmerizing.
It is mesmerizing. You know, I love a good fudgy chocolate cake, and
You
that's
do?
exactly what these are, especially when they are flourless. And we pulled them out of the oven. They've got a nice, as you can see, crispy outside.
Perfect.
Just like we wanted.
Yeah.
The inside is ooey gooey. Are we digging in?
Go ahead.
We are digging in. I'm going to go ahead and
I'll narrate as you eat.
Well, you can just
As the
hear
spoon enters the center
Oh my goodness.
of the flourless
chocolate
ooey
mini gooey mini chocolate cake. Ooh, fresh out of the oven, so that was hot.
It was a little
But
hot.
As you can see, there's a
Wow,
little
look
bit
at
of steam
that.
coming off. It's fudgy in the inside. It's hot, toasty. It's almost like a fudgy chocolate pudding. Delicious. You can top it with powdered sugar, ice cream, raspberries.
Wonderful way.
Happy
Happy Valentine's Day.